Alrighty, everybody. Welcome back. Last week, we spent some time talking about the interior of this temple, cathedral-ish area. And we built this lovely staircase over here. As you can see, we built a nice big staircase. Don't look over to the left. We built this nice staircase with a big aquarium. And it's nice. And this staircase will take us all the way upstairs. But what it will also do, and what I've been working on, or at least thinking about, is it will also take us downstairs. And that's one thing that I wanted to talk to Chromenos about today, is I started digging a basement. Now, there's two big things that I want to run past Chromenos today. Chromenos is not going to be here tonight, so we're going to hope that we can just relay it through message. And he'll be able to respond his thoughts. So, here's a basement. It's becoming a basement. I haven't dug it out. I just literally did the staircase. But what my thoughts were with this is as we dig this out, so the whole reason we're building this big temple is that it's meant to be like a trade capital. But we mentioned last week how it's also kind of like, it could be like a whole nation's capital at the time, which means like there's also like the mini military with it, which is like the security area of the walls, and it's probably like some form of religion here. And I thought it would be very cool since we're kind of modernizing this build. You know, we're putting a tavern and stuff over there, and we're kind of modernizing this cathedral. I thought it'd be really cool to make the basement into like a museum. You know, like this was a trade capital. So what if there's like artifacts in the basement down here that you would come to see? Like artifacts from the past or the present, you know, either way. And it would let us build out this basement into something like a large sprawling rooms, museum. Maybe there's some fish in there. And then we can include like texts, like a library. And then the nether portal's in there somewhere. I haven't figured that out yet. That's my thought. I have not dug out any more than this, obviously. But I was trying to figure out what I wanted the color to be. Now, this is one piece of two big questions that I have for Chromenos today. Yes, like the Animal Crossing Museum, kind of. I guess we could have art in there too. That's a good point. As you can see, I have mud bricks on the wall here. I only made a few of them. I think it'd be cool if the basement was like these mud bricks and like different browns instead of whites because we're underground. If you immediately veto that, I'm going to be really sad. Because I went through the process of, see, these mud bricks are really annoying to make. Because one, you need mud, and you also need wheat. In order to make mud bricks, you need to take mud blocks and combine them with wheat to make packed mud. And then you make that into mud bricks. So in some time last week, I started building a little farm over here. I wanted us to have access to some wheat, so we have a little farm, just growing some wheat so we can make these packed bricks. But the other thing, like, that's minor. That's pretty small. But the other thing that I did was, well, we wanted everything to kind of be, like, canonical. We wanted it to be the lore of the build. Does it make sense that we would be building out of mud? We built out of diorite because there's a ton of diorite in this like little stone cliff that we're building on. So I decided to build my own lore. I thought if we're going to build with mud, what if there is a mud pit out nearby that they're like getting all of this from? Like just a big, a section. And I found a little above ground cave and I did some work. I put so much detail. I don't think I've ever built with this level of detail before. But I built something. And I want you guys to see it. And I'd love to do this level of detail in everything, but it's probably not the kind of thing I would do on stream because it takes a long time. But if we come outside of the build and we come over here, I have not heard Chromanos immediately veto the mud blocks, so this is good. I don't have to tear down my whole build. Past our little birch forest over here, past the skeleton. I like them. Good, 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 good. We like that. There's this little cave area that had a big waterfall dipping into it. And I'm just gonna show the top of it. I'm like, yeah, you know, there's a little cave with some water pouring down. That could be cool. So I made a little mud pit. You know, I made a mud pit that we can come. So the process of you can find mud. You can also make it. You can make mud by putting a water bottle on dirt. And so I figured this little space we could just be where we harvest mud. Like we can take the mud blocks and then put more dirt down and rehydrate it. But yeah, I don't know. I like it a lot. I think it's cute. I love the idea of using these the leaf litter as like little muddy footsteps. I thought I'm so proud of that. I think that's like the cutest little detail. And yeah, it's just a mud pit. And I realize I'm really talking up a mud pit right now. Yes, I am really proud that I built a pit of mud. But I think it looks cool. I think it's really cute. And it kind of makes sense if this is a little lush cave. It makes sense that there's mud around and the areas, you know, the area around here has mud, so they used mud bricks. I just think it's cute. I love the detail. Chromanos digs it, which might be a mud digging pun, which we do love. Yeah, I just think it's really cute. So that's what I did. I tried to set us up so we can build with more mud. And yeah, it'll be a process. Eric said he could come dig a hole. I don't know what the layout of the basement's going to be yet, Eric, to have you dig. But I might take you up on that offer. All right. That was number one. That was the one that I think was going to be the easiest to convince because it's aesthetically pleasing. It's like, hey, look at this mud pit. Isn't it cute? The second thing is a lot more... It's a lot more of a big deal. And I apologize for even suggesting it, but the more I build and the more I detail out this room, I'm realizing how beneficial the warped wood is going to be for the coloring in this room. The warped wood matches the prismarine really well. It matches both prismarines, and it comes in a lot of varieties of blocks. The problem with that is that it does not match the light blue concrete that we're using across the build. You can probably tell where this is going, and it is not a small task. I think, in my heart of hearts, that we should convert the entire light blue concrete of this build to be cyan concrete. I realize that's a lot of work. That is a lot of work. It's a lot of cyan concrete to make. I've already got chests of sand and gravel so we can make the concrete. I just think it's going to look better. I think for these little pieces of detail, the cyan is going to blend in better. Like there, I put a little bit up there so you could see it. Around that light, it just it blends in with the light. The light blue doesn't. And it blends in with the prismarine a little better. And the light blue doesn't. And granted, the outside details and the inside details are not going to be around each other that often. If ever. I just don't know if, like, right now it looks good to have this, like, little bit of teal outside of the light blue. And the teal on the front I don't know that I want it to blend. You know, the front, I do think the front looks nice like this. I like the contrast there. I do enjoy the contrast we have on the walls. Can I get a view of the walls at all? No, but you know what the walls look like. Here, I'll just jump down. Like, I like the contrast there. And I guess I would agree. I don't entirely want it to blend completely. But I just wonder if, like, the details that we put on the inside of the dome, I think we have a lot more options for, like, making this, like, blending this corner better. If it all matches. Because we can use fences then, and we could use buttons, and we could use more trapdoors to make the curves better. But maybe that's unnecessary. And that's why I did not just do it. I am asking you, and if you don't want to, we don't have to. The only other piece that I've done in preparation for this, and you might have seen it when we went outside before, is I did build a little cactus farm over there because we do need green dye to make cyan. So I am in the process of getting a bunch of green just in case we wanted to do that. But I'm curious your thoughts. I do like how much the light blue stands out. And with the prismarine, I think it looks really nice. With the warped wood, I don't think it looks nice. And maybe that's just the process of, okay, well, we won't use warped wood then. Because really, on the outside, I don't think we ever need to. Oh, my door just shut. It's a little windy now. It went from downpouring to not raining to windy. It's weird. I like the little bits of contrast. I think it would look too samey with cyan. I would have to see a section with it. But I don't think the warped wood details look bad right now. So one thing I tried, and I ultimately didn't like, and not that I need to go back and do it again, was I added more detail to these arches. Like I used some, like I said, like I used some fences, I used buttons, and I used more trapdoors to kind of even the arches a little more, like the flow of it. And it stood out a lot. But I guess it doesn't really need more than what it has now. I think doing that little mud pit made me want to add more detail, but I guess we don't have to. And also, I guess notably, we don't need to have trapdoors around the lights. We could just have the lights exposed. Even like these, we could have the lights exposed. I actually do like how these look, though. I think that's pretty cool. But that's valid. And I did not fully commit to it. I went and I just got a bunch of sand and gravel because it's incredibly easy to get, so we could make more concrete. But I did not go and make a ton of concrete. I made a little bit and put it in places. So I'm fine with that. I think that's okay. I wanted to get your input on it before I just completely replace it, and then you come back and you're like, what the hell? I also do just like that color, light blue. It's very close to my color, so. Yeah, that was the main thing. I think even less so they will look bad once the walkway are in because of the space. That's valid, actually. That's true. Your eye won't be necessarily drawn to those things in the corners because there's more stuff. I put dark prismarine in these holes. I don't know if I like it. I think it's a little too different in color, but I just added something for now. Okay, that's totally valid. That's totally okay. And I am fine with that. So I will do it. I will not do it. I will not redo it. The other thing, I added a table in the bar. That's about it. I didn't add much decor. I just added a table and some lights. So we still have the bar to fully decorate, but I thought a nice big banquet table would be cool. So there you go. That's what I've been up to. I just really like the little mud pit. Can we go back and look at it again? I think it's cute. It is one very small little area that just has so much detail to it. And I like that. I don't know. I want to get better at building like that. Like, putting things where it looks good, not necessarily where it totally makes sense. Like, I have smattered in here andesite and gravel throughout here to kind of make a gradient. We've got clay in the corners because obviously the drip leaves have to grow on something. I have concrete here just to make it look a little darker around the water. Oh my god, Eric, you scared the crap out of me. Wow. That actually scared me. Hello, Eric. Welcome. I hope you're doing well. It's good to see you now that I'm not scared. And I love the little leaf litter, the leaf litter mud. Eric, you want to sleep? I don't really want to deal with the nighttime. All right. Oh, look at this guy. He's got a Lytra, except he doesn't know how to firework boost. There we go. He's going to be asleep before I even make it back. Well, there you go. That gives me all the answers I need. Yes to the museum, no to the color change. And he likes the mud. That's really the important part. They're up in the hotel room, Eric. They're not at all in like a convenient spot. You have to go all the way over here and then up the stairs. And then into the fancy room. And then you can sleep. There is a hole in that wall. Because that's where we're gonna have a little outside walkway to go to like the mini rooms. I think it'd be cool if the underground was built in different materials in different sections, like they were constructed in different eras. So an idea that I had about that, Chromenos, I wanted the walls to be that mud, but I had the thought of, okay, put on your thinking cap for a second. Imagine the footprint of this building as a museum, okay? Imagine there's one big room in the middle, like a big rectangular room, and then there's little rooms off to the side. What I'm picturing in this main room is an observation deck around the whole sides and a sunken area with ruins in the middle, kind of like the Terracotta Army, you know? Like, we've unearthed some even older ruins than the building that we're in now. And here it is. Like, this temple was built on top of this, and we've opened it up so you can kind of see around it and look down into, like, the even older space than where we are now. Instead of, like, every room being a different area, but to have, like, an ancient section in the middle. I think that would be money. I think that would be so cool. Now, would we have another staircase on that side? Maybe. I'm not confident. I'm not sure. But yeah, we got mud. We need some mud bricks. And maybe some sandstone, too. Like, we'll probably use a little bit of both. But yeah, that was kind of my envisioning with this, is that we'd have, like, little artifact exhibits off on the sides. And then, like, a center area where you can, like, look down onto, like, oh, these are, like, the ancient steps into the Colosseum or something. Obviously not Colosseum, but something like that is my thought. Eric, why is there a magma cube slime in the... Oh. Hello, Eric. That works with the idea that nether travel was discovered, not invented. Like they were excavating for materials for building and came across a burned ancient city wherein nether travel was founded. That is a really cool idea. And we just have the nether portal in a separate area. Hey, Eric, while you're up, actually, since you have the elytra, can you come grab some light blue concrete and replace the section up in the corner that I added out of cyan? It's right up by one of those lights, like in the top left. By the light up in the top left, there's a bunch of cyan that needs to be back. Yeah, I think that's dope. That's a really cool idea, Chromanos. Very, very cool idea. Maybe the ruins have a ruin portal in them, and then there's a new nether portal that was built by our city after they learned from the... Ooh! That's also very cool. Thank you, Eric. That's also a really cool idea. I was also going to build the little domes over here, because we did say we wanted little domes. Actually, Eric, maybe I can have you do that too. I do want to, before you start placing, I think I want to put a layer of diorite down. Before you start placing. But if you want to use your little dome generator to make some small domes over there, that would be nice. Blue is in this chest that you were just in. Top right. I'll take a bunch too. Diorite. I think smoothed diorite. We're actually almost out of diorite, which is wild. Well, I don't know. Let me see. You've returned and you're full of pasta. Isn't that the best kind of full? No, the best kind of full is sushi full. So I feel like I can eat so much sushi and never be full. All right, what do we think? Do the base of these domes, should they be smooth diorite? We're not going to need a ton, Eric. I don't know. Sounds good, Chromanos. Sounds good. I mean, if you want, Eric, sure, go for it. I think it should be smoothed diorite now that I'm looking at it. Just one layer, you know. And then you can start the dome on that. Yeah. You might already know how to do that dome by hand, but I don't, so. Well, I'm glad you think it's easy. I'd still probably have to look it up. I actually do need more diorite already, though. Unfortunately. I can't, well, surely we have more. Oh, there's a whole stack in here. Eric might have just put that in there, actually. Bex, did you say it was Cajun chicken pasta? That sounds yummy. I think I've made something like that before. Nope. Alright. I really need an elytra. But last time I streamed where it was just Eric and I, the end was not fun. Okay, Eric, I'm just looking at this dome already. I'm wondering if we can make it taller first. Well, I don't know. I'll wait for you to be done. Nice, Bex. That sounds really good. I will wait before I cast judgment. Which sounds like very threatening. Yeah, let me come out here. Oh, I can't even see it. Yeah, I can't even see the dome. Before... So, Eric, we can either make the blue taller, or we can start with a little... Well, I guess I don't want them to be super tall. Ooh, nice, Narwhal. I want you to be able to walk into them. I think that's the only thing. We had some turkey spinach orzo. It's a classic in our house. Yeah, I think that'll be good, Eric, to start with 2 layers of blue. Well, yeah, I'll see it when it's done. It might stick out a little much, but we'll see. And I do want to put one over here that, like, encases the staircase. But it might be a little hard. Maybe we put, like, a square building with the dome on top. I had this thought too, Eric. To start with a base like this. I don't know if I want them... I mean, I did say I want them to be big. So... I have some to finish this one right now if you want to keep trying this one. But I might also go get diorite because we just need it, so. You do fly very fast, I'll give you that. Alright, I gotta open my door again so maybe Kitty can come in. We'll see how long that actually stays open. It probably won't. Flash flood warning. How neat. Made a creeper farm. I saw you talking about that on Discord. Very nice. No, I just was opening the door because the door was closed, so I wasn't trying to encourage him. I just wanted him to have the ability to come in here if he wanted to. But only if he wants to. Family time. That's fair. He was sitting in by me like all day today, so. Alright, maybe I'll start digging. Or I'll go harvest the wheat first, actually. Let's do that. It's not all done, but it is mostly done. So, yeah, in order to make mud bricks, you need packed mud. And in order to make packed mud, you have to combine a normal piece of mud with wheat. So, and our village up there doesn't even have a single farm, which is very odd. So, I had to build one myself. I didn't want to go too crazy, so I just built a normal. Dang it, I knew that that would happen. Did he just buzz the farm field? Or he was crop dusting for us. He might have been crop dusting, which is nice. The plants do need the fertilizer. Yo, phony. Alright, I'm not jumping into that this time. Oh, instead I jumped over to it. That makes sense. Alright. Let's just start doing a little bit of digging. Just a little bit. I don't know how tall I want the ceilings to be. Like, I think right now we could make... I mean, the room would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 blocks tall, which is pretty nice. And that's making that dirt block something else. Because we could have it where the ceiling's not sandstone. So, how big of a landing do we have in the other staircase? 2. So if we do the same, this is like the way out through this. And this wall actually would be like there. I think it's only 1 block, so it'd be like that. Oh, but the landing is only 2 blocks wide. Would be like that. Shrimp is here. Hello, shrimp. Woohoo. Alright, so we'll open this up. This is just what I'm estimating the doorway to be. Because here we have a 5-block doorway. Classic shrimp. Love it. I guess the doorway is actually like this big. Well, it doesn't have to be. That's just how big we're making it. Is that... We have like 1 block thick walls up here? Yeah, we do. So this is the staircase room then. Dig up one. Now the walls can be thicker down here, so we can actually add some design to it, which is pretty nice. I kind of want it to have the same footprint. It doesn't have to. I want it to have it mostly have the same footprint. So I guess what I should do is just kind of measure from here, from the corner, which is 477 to 1449, 1449 and 477. Which is here. And on that line, how far are we going? $14.42. Inside or outside edge? I think probably this outside edge. So we'll go to here to 14.23. Yeah, because it'd be 1 block extra. 14.23. Again, that's just a rough footprint. And there is a cave down here somewhere. which might actually help us a little bit. $14.23. Okay, so see, that's not crazy big. I mean, it is. It is very large, but I say what we should do is we should dig it out and then fill in the gaps, you know. Also, yeah, there's dirt down here, so this is already open, which does help us dig it out, actually. And it might help with Chromanos's idea of having, like, a ruins in here if there's already, like, a dugout section. I mean, there already is a cave, which is nice. All right, so let's get the other dimensions here. So for 1449, we're going to go to -4, -5, 503. Erica, I have an idea for that last dome, by the way. 503. I need to make more torches. I'll come up. Give me 1 second. All right, 503. All right, Eric, here is my idea. So I'm wondering, I might need to borrow some diorite. Well, I can just do a wireframe. So I'm kind of picturing this last one as a four-block tall. Is there a reason you're building this one taller, Eric? Just felt like it. I was thinking, so what you're doing on this one, I was thinking of doing in the back by the staircase to have it on a box. Oh, sure. So that's what I was thinking of doing at the other staircase, but it's easy enough to mock it up. Because, yeah, I was literally going to do exactly that over here. One, two, three, four, five. So it's 7 wide. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It'd be like that big, which is the same width, I think, as... Nope. Oh, it is the same width as yours, but it's a little thinner. Anyways, I'm curious to see how it comes around. All right, so what's the last coordinate we need? We went out to 1423. So from 1423, we need to go out to 503. Yeah. And it's raining, like usual. Coal. Good, I need to make more torches. I'd have sticks on me too. This is perfect. Also, because I have this fortune pickaxe, I get coal so fast. And copper. I get a lot of copper. I don't remember fortune affecting ores. I thought it only impacted like coal and diamonds and redstone. I didn't know fortune also increased like what drops you got from iron. Because I had that happen when I went caving the other day. Like, I would hit one iron block and I'd get like a bunch back. And I did not know it did that. Anyways, I have 48 pieces of coal now. which is just whack. All right, now let's go over and connect to the other line. Should line up perfectly. I'm not even going to use F3. It'll work. Oh, God. Okay, that wasn't as bad as I thought it would be, but I saw the glowing bow of that skeleton and thought, like, I was about to die. I don't know what I thought it was, but I did not think it was just a skeleton. All right, well, that's fun. Well, that's good. There's a cave there. That hopefully will help in our lore. Which is whack. I mean, what better way to put it, Bex? Wouldn't you agree? You know, the room doesn't look that big when I'm looking at it like this. Of course, we don't have to follow the footprint of the temple. We just are. Sore. Alright, I'm on my way. I'm gonna sleep first, Eric. Oh, I guess I gotta sleep by coming up here. I should just move those beds. Oh. Beds are in here, Eric. They're up here where I am. But the only way up for me is over here, so... We don't really have the critical infrastructure yet. Alright. Let's see. I don't hate it. I think the only gripe that I have is it's... Oh, it is the same height, right? Or is this 2 blocks? That's 2 blocks. So it's like a different height than the other one. I feel like I'd like the symmetry. I like the little mini, like the stairs and stuff you put around it, though. I was envisioning something like this, Eric, being back there. If this one can just be a normal dome. Well, actually, let me just see it. Yeah, I think just a normal one. I think just match the other one for now. And then do this in that back corner. I think that's what I would prefer. Please and thank you. All right. So if I come back down... Also, I don't know what happened to our salmon. We had a salmon in here, and he must have despawned. Crack is whack. I mean, yeah. Salmon will despawn if you don't name them? But I had, like, that whole salmon pit on, like, our first server, and those never despawned. So why would these? Also, I can help with building this last base, because then I might recruit you to dig. You did say you wanted to dig, so... Alright, I'm just gonna toss some cobble that we don't need. My inventory is too full. I don't need all these seeds either, but for now I'll just hold on to them. Dirt goes here. All right, and blue goes here. That goes there. I got look at how much copper I got from that one little vein. That is insane. All right. Grab some diorite and go help with Eric. I'll need to borrow some though, Eric. I think whatever you just all got, you did not put in the chest, so I will need some. You know, Saribot bans people with like some of the coolest usernames. Like this last person. Magnetic Synagogue. Well, that's a cool name. Why do the people with the cool names have to be jerks who spam? Alright, well, I'm gonna go on an adventure to get more diorite then. And not all this below our base. Just gonna go back to the quarry. Because I like going to the quarry. And I like taking my friend Turtle with me. Even though technically he's Chromanos' friend. But he's my friend today. Because I'm the one taking the boat with him. Forced friendship, you know. Alright, sorry. It's quite the trip to the quarry, but it is worth it. That's where I got all the sand for the concrete that I don't have to make now, which is pretty nice. And a lot of the gravel, actually. There was a ton of gravel just, like, very easily to find there. So I'm hoping that there's also a lot of diorite. I got a ton of andesite in here for obsidian cat. And because they're like, I can't find any anywhere, and I found like the hugest vein I'd ever seen. Look at all this diorite over here. I knew I had some. Oh my god, it's everywhere. And I already mined a ton out of this place. That's crazy. You just don't really think about how prevalent these stones are. Like, even granite. Like, granite's right there, too. Like, I remember when they added it to Minecraft, and it's just, like, it felt like a weird thing, but it's, like, it's just everywhere, and it really helps. This is also probably one of the first builds I've ever done that really focused on diorite. I think it actually used to be my least favorite. I think granite's my least favorite now. But I always have liked building with polished andesite. It's probably one of my favorites. So that's definitely been in most of my builds for a while. So it's kind of nice to do something new. Give every block their just desserts, except for granite. Which granite has its place. I think the problem is I don't build with red that much. If I build with red, granite would fit in. It'd be a nice blending block. Especially some of the new, oh, what is it called? One of the new blocks they're adding, like, not the sulfur, but the new red one that they added. Like, I'm not sure how much I'll build with that. And that's a very vibrant red. That's even more vibrant than, like, than warped wood. Or crimson oak. I mean, crimson red. Crimson wood. Oh my god, I don't know how to talk today. Granite's place is the trash. I mean, I'm not disagreeing with you, Eric. I just can't say something that polarizing, otherwise I'll be canceled. You gotta watch what you say when you're on the internet, you know? I mean, some people can get away with it. Like, I have a feeling if I posted an AI photo of myself as Jesus, it probably wouldn't go over well with the chat, but... you know, that's just... I'm just speculating that one, you know? Hashtag cancel Buddy. Whoa, wait, what did Buddy say? And be careful if you say out loud what Buddy said. He didn't speak up in time. Oh. He's getting canceled by not speaking. Oh, those little domes add so much, Eric. If you post a normal Photoshop photo of yourself as Jesus, however, it'd be a different story. So Bex, what I'm deducing from that is the problem is not Jesus as the subject of the photo. The problem is AI. Well, okay, I guess we did know that the problem is AI. I just assumed that there were two problems in this scenario. But you're saying if I just Photoshop it, it's okay. Well, you didn't say it'd be okay. You said it'd be a different story, which I wrongfully assumed to mean okay. I guess I could be wrong. The problem is the AI. Right. Well, I mean, in that scenario, is the problem just the AI? I don't feel like that is the only problem in that scenario. Oh, you've already got it done. Yeah, I don't know how we want to handle covering this up. I think we just cover it. I think it'll be okay. Well, right, Bex, right. In this scenario... I think if the windows are going to be 2 blocks high, Eric, we should have the bottom be smooth andesite also, or smooth diorite also. This looks nice though. You whipped that up fast. I'm impressed. Right. That's right. Correct, Bex. Also, I think this should be smoothed because it's a doorway. I was gonna say, this song sounds like a throwback. And it is. Oh, we're going back down. All right. I went to get more diorite to help you, and by the time I got back, you were already done. Which is very funny. Did you do the last one yet? There's a fourth dome. Yeah, flying does help, I'm sure. Sir, a 4th dome has hit the temple. I guess technically it's the 5th dome. I'm okay with this one not being the same as the other one, by the way. This can just be like the normal 3 tall base. I can at least get the diorite placed. That's what I'm good for. Does it make sense to have doorways? I think it does. But then you can have like a little window, you know? I do like that. And you still have the ability to walk on the outside of it, because it is like a guard tower, you know? Now, the other one obviously is a little different because it's got the staircase, but Ooh. This one has a smooth diorite detail on it. I'm just now realizing that these are different. That one is smooth and one's not. I don't know which one I like more, actually. I don't know, because I think around the windows it should be this. But maybe the corners can be polished, or normal diorite. Like that. Yeah, that's not too bad. We could also put quartz in the corners if we're really feeling bougie. But I don't think we are. Maybe we are. I don't know. That's not the vibe I was getting. I mean, it is a giant temple made out of, like, white stone, so I guess it is a fair bit bougie. But, like, not that much. All right. There you go. I've helped as much as I can. All right. Continue the big dig. That's what's kind of nice about the big building that we're making right now, is that we didn't really have to do much digging until now. Oh, my door's shut again. That's okay. I don't think Kitty wants to come in here, which is fine. Oh, good. More copper. Just what we need. Oh, God, it's so much. All right, look at how crazy this is. Well, one, this is a giant vein. I have no copper in my inventory. I have Fortune 3. And if I break up this might actually be 2 veins put together, now that I'm looking at it. But Fortune 3, this vein of copper, which, if it's 1 or if it's 2, it doesn't really matter, is almost 3 stacks of copper. Why? Why do I need that much? Nobody needs that much. That's like, what? More than... That's like 5 or 6 armor sets. Why? Now, also, when you have Fortune 3, who's making copper armor still? Not me. I realize I'm very much like my steak is too soft and my lobster's too buttery, you know? My steak is too what is it? My steak is too juicy and my lobster's too buttery. Oh, look at that, we got more! Yay! More copper! My steak is too juicy and my lobster is too buttery. Yay! Ugh. I mean, I guess you could make copper golems, but I just don't know what else to do with that much copper. It doesn't even pay to, like, build with it, because you can just find a trial chamber and just get so much free copper. Which also you can just do anyways to get copper. You don't even have to mine it, so... We're just gonna dig to this height for now, Eric. Maybe up to 4, but right now I figure it's just easy to do 3. Also, the temple has kind of become a safe haven for Endermen. I don't know if that's just what happens when it rains, but they really like hanging out in there, and then they drop their grass block. That's why there's 2 grass blocks in the temple, by the way. It is kind of sweet, but... Oh yeah, and there's a cave, so be careful. Now, I am a fan of the Fortune 3 with coal. Time to get the mint up? Yeah, wait, we should just be making our own currency at this point. We probably would have our own, since it's like a trade village. Well, it's trade. It's not necessarily... It's more bartering, I would assume, but... Yeah, that was a stack of coal right there. And there's so much more. Oh my god. Oh my god. That's so much coal. Look at that. Stack and a half. I didn't even grab all of it. Obscene. What? Eric, how are you so much faster than me? Oh, you were just clicking around more. I was like, I have efficiency 5. I don't think you can be any faster. Built different, yeah. Is that, you know, you can have haste on a beacon. There should be like a potion of haste that just like makes you mine really fast. It basically is just coffee. It's like potion of energy. Does swiftness make you mine faster? I don't think it does. I think swiftness just makes you run faster. I want a potion of swiftness, but it is just an energy drink. So it doesn't just make you run faster. It just makes your heart beat faster. A potion of Red Bull. That's what I want. Can someone add that? Can we get a mod pack for that? I bet it already... I guarantee you there's already a Red Bull mod pack. Or data pack. I want to brew my own Red Bull. Also, I don't have a plan for all this cobblestone. I was planning on just throwing it out, genuinely. You take it. Okay, I mean, be my guest. You just gonna fill shulker boxes with it? Be my guest. Shulker by the stair. Oh. One step ahead of me, Eric. Oh, what do you know? There it is. It's like we're filling up the dump truck. I'm good at dig. You are very good at one half of this game's name. I mean, not saying you're not also good at the other half. I'm just, you're really proving the first half right now. I turned my lamp on and wow, I forgot how good my blackout curtains work because it was like a black hole in my room. I couldn't see it. Nice, funny. But bad at fight. Well, good thing fight is not in the name of Minecraft. Did you know? Did you know that the word fight is not in the name of the popular video game Minecraft? They snuck it into the game. I mean, if they changed the title of the game to be everything that's in the game, it would be incredibly long. Oh, Saribot got another one. Got him. I don't really have a layout planned yet for this. I mean, I have a mini plan, but I don't have a huge plan yet. Yeah, it got really dark really fast. I mean, it is already like 9 o'clock, so it makes sense that it's already dark out, but... Ooh, iron. just going up to 4 right away, Eric? That's probably smart. I think we can go up to 6, technically. I mean, we can go up to the sandstone base and then make a different ceiling. I hadn't decided how tall this room was going to be yet. Yeah, the dirt's the easy part. We might have to take a trip to the Enderman farm, though, and heal up our tools at some point. This is like the first time that my pickaxe is making like a noticeable dip in durability. Oh yay, more copper. Yay. Woo, yay, copper. Woo. Dude, listen to him churn through that dirt over there. That could be us. But instead, I'm still mining the stone for some reason. I could also just go over there with our shovel, but... Alright. Once we get the room dug out, well, maybe we'll make a little wireframe of what I was thinking. The thing is, I really like how this cave is like a big staircase. Because I think that might actually tie in pretty nicely. I kind of have a plan. We might be able to use this cave for exactly what it is already, which would be cool. Oh, look at all that dirt. He's cooking, chat. He's cooking. Oh my god, a second shulker has entered the building. Also, some of the dirt will be handy when we end up having to make like a crap ton of mud. Just saying. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, so we can actually go 6 blocks. We can go 7 blocks until the sandstone, which is wild. But I don't think it's actually going to be 7 blocks tall. It'd be 6 blocks with a different roof. The big dig. Alright, so where... I want to see where that cave kind of starts out at the base of this room. And also I want to almost try when I wireframe this out to not wireframe out the walls, but wireframe out the content that I want in the room so we can make the walls thicker if we need to add extra detail. That's one thing that Frosty does in his castle builds that I want to try. I think it'll lend ourselves to a lot more kind of creativity with what we want for the walls and add some kind of depth to the walls that we don't currently do. Like, I really am sad that we don't have that for the, Oh, I guess I am breaking the floor that you'd be using, aren't I? Yeah. Maybe I'll stop. Actually, This is what, 4 blocks? You can actually still stand up there. Yeah, because what, this goes down, and it's kind of a big staircase down, so maybe we can use it. Look at this, it's like we're unearthing the roof up there. Actually not a bad idea to go up there. The funny thing is, I think we placed all this dirt here to, like, level it out. And now realizing, like, we did not need to do that. I'm just gonna dig it out. The dirt's also, like, the easiest. Alright. How is that, like? Looks like it goes outside. Oh, maybe it's just light bleeding through, because I think we did use slabs in some spots. So it could just be that. That is my best guess. Oh, look at that. Lanterns. We big digging, but not that mod pack. True, we are just digging. Not mod pack digging, just digging. What's up, killer? Welcome back. We are doing a big dig. It is going to be the next step of this project is the basement of the big temple. What we're going to be putting down here is kind of a museum-ish, a place to kind of see some older ruins in the area. And we're going to tie it into our nether portal somehow, like finding some like ruined nether portals down here and whatnot. Ties to like an ancient civilization, essentially. Which I think is pretty cool. I was like, I'll let Eric keep doing that. All right. Yeah, I'm actually noticing the durability go down on my pickaxe now, which is not something I've had happen in a while. Which is fine, but yeah, I have Unbreaking 3 on this one. But like, I'm still noticing it go down. I'm at 800 durability right now. Alright, now we just dig this out. I guess I should start in the back corner. Or like do what you're doing. Smart. We're We're gonna have to ship all this stone out somewhere. There's a lot. We need to call in a dump truck or a couple. Alright. So when this is done... Yeah, that's smart, Eric. I grabbed a few shulker shells. I don't remember what I did with them. I know that's one thing I walked away with from our first trip to the end, but... I probably just put them back at home in like an end chest or something. Actually, they might be in my ender chest now that I think about that. But I don't have one of those over here, so... Oh! Nice. Well, then I should have some. I don't really remember what I put in there. I think I put the shulkers in there. But I did give a few to Frosty. Even though I knew that he would just go right back to the end and get some himself. Oh, you already emptied one. Nice. Is there a way to make mud quicker? Like a dispenser or something? I think the hardest thing is you have to keep refilling water bottles. I mean, you can also just find it. That's the thing. It's like you can also just find mud places. But I didn't do that because I couldn't find it. Well, I didn't want to. I just knew I could craft it, so I just started crafting some. Wow. More hands means less work, huh, Eric? Yeah, I figured there was, but I was like, eh. I wanted to build a little mud pit. I liked the little lore that added. More hands means less work. And look at that. It's already done. Crazy. This is huge. And we got this weird cave underneath here, too. Very nice. All right. So, I don't intend this room to be this tall, but I figured we'd get it started there. So I got dirt there, cobble. I'm gonna go check my ender chest. Look at that, you did. Yes, I have 7 shulker shells. Which in autumn, don't they take 2? Isn't it 2 shells apiece? That's really not that helpful, is it? Yeah, so I have an odd number, which is kind of annoying. So, okay, let's think about... Let's think about what this museum seems like. I think it'd be cool to have an area with a bunch of like of the pots that you can find with like the different designs on them. I think it'd be cool to do that. It'd be cool to have some like very rare things like the dragon egg, like a block of diamond, you know, stuff like that. I think it'd be cool to have maybe paintings. Paintings aren't that rare, but it'd be cool. If we have room. It might be a little tacky. We could make a bunch of banners. And obviously the little like cut-in section of the ruins. Now what I'm picturing for that, yes, we can make the room bigger. And we might need to I'm not sure, because what I'd like to happen is we have a little section in the middle that is like exposing these old ruins of like, hey, look at this. And I said it earlier, but very similar to like the Terracotta Army, where you can just like have a little balcony around the side and you're looking down into this like room that's just full of these statues. Like that's what I'm envisioning. Nice, Eric. The museum is done. But what I'm envisioning then is like, you know, you've got these ancient ruins that you're looking down upon, and that's like in the middle. But then we would also have maybe over here, because this is where the cave actually continues, like an open wall that's like, hey, look into this cave. That's all also ruins, and it's like you can see into there. And maybe that's where we have like the nether portal or the ruined portal that kind of showed this is what the civilization started, and that's the lore, is that they like figured out nether travel, and that's how they became like the trade giants that they were. That's the lore, everybody. All caught up. Now, what does that look like? I'm not sure. Because I think I would want that center ruins area to be pretty big. And actually, looking at it now, I'm wondering if the center ruins area is this whole room with a walkway around the side. It'd be a pretty thick walkway, and then there can be little rooms off to each side. You know, like we can have a little wing which is artifacts, and we can have a little wing which is something else. But the main area is like this holy site, essentially. And then we can have this open exposed area of this cave over here too, where you're going into now, Eric. Obviously, we will add some more details to it. We're not just going to leave it the way it is now. Are you pointing out the centers right now? And it can't be super terribly huge. I don't think it'll be that big. But so big that it'll connect over to the bar, because I did want to put a basement into the bar. Holy site, it certainly is right now, isn't it, Bex? I mean, look at all these holes everywhere. Nice, very nice. So if this doorway is 5 wide, I want to know what it would look like if we had a 5 wide with a railing, so it'd be 6 walkway. It might be too big, but I just want to see it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Would go to there. And it'd be like just a huge observation area. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And this is just an outline, you know. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We almost nailed it. It's gonna go to there. And this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Wait. 1, 2, 3, 6. I miscounted this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Technically, there's going to be a wall here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, Eric's got it right. He realized my mistake before I realized it, which is honestly commendable. But he didn't say anything because he didn't want me to look bad. That's even more commendable. Another Seribot ban. Jeez. Seribot's getting everybody today. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it'll go to there. All right. So, honestly, that is kind of a good size. Maybe we shrink it a little bit. All right. I'm liking the depth that Eric is digging it out right now. I think I'm going to match that. I think big room to start is fun also. Yeah. I think it's cool because, like, that's the focal point. And again, if it's kind of like a holy site, it's like that's where you're going as like that's the reason you come to the temple nowadays is to like go see the ruins, you know? Now, we don't really make it a very grand entrance to get back here. But that's fine. It doesn't have to make sense like that. Because this is not, I mean, I did just say it out loud, but this, I guess, is not the actual purpose of the temple. It's just one of the pieces of it. A room full of artifacts and ruins, which I send pics in Discord. Oh, did you now? Watch, it's just like a selfie. Yeah. I mean, they're really small photos, Eric. At least the first one is. That is exactly what I'm thinking of. Yeah. Where is that? That's cool as heck. That's really cool. But that's exactly what I was thinking of. The Acropolis in Athens. Oh, that's sweet. Very cool. Yeah, I like that. And actually, I do kind of like the idea of it going underneath the walkway a little bit, like that photo does. But for now, we can just dig it out. Oh, you want to grab your dragon head? I'm about to break it. Now, what kind of ruins do we build? Because we could build, like, Blackstone ruins and almost make it, like, a nether, like an overworld nether bastion. Nether bastion, as opposed to the other kinds of bastions that was discovered. Ancient City would also be kind of dope. But I'm thinking we make our own thing. Also, there's a bunch of guys down here. Oh, there's a lot of guys down in here. There's a religious terrorist over in the corner. Oh, did I look at that Enderman? Well, I did now. Alright, Eric's obviously got a plan here. Whoa, how far down are you going? I mean, I'm watching, but I'm here for it. A bunch of guys in the corner, isn't that what I said? I guess it doesn't look that far down, actually. Now that you dug that, like, that doesn't actually look that far down from up here. Gotta be deep. Yeah, that's a good point. Very true. Keep on digging, then. That's true. We literally have as much room as we need. Until we hit, like, a giant sprawling cave. Uh-oh, more coal. Don't worry, I'll take care of it. And more copper. Yippee. An andesite. For the first time. Sounds like it's storming again. Nothing too crazy, but I did say around 9 is when it was going to start again, so. Oh yeah, it's just raining. It sounds really nice, actually. If it's just a calm storm like this all night, I think it'll be really nice to go to bed to that. I love sleeping when it rains. All right. Right. Now, even looking at it from this amount, Eric, I do think it even needs to be deeper than that. Like, it depends on how tall we make the ruins. That's the thing. I guess the photo you sent doesn't seem like it has that many. Further south, the storm seemed worse. Further south? Oh, I thought the storm was worse up north. This second band is worse down south? One building. Yeah. Or like a little alleyway with like a couple buildings in between it. So also, Eric, I'm having the thought of you kind of have it stair-stepping down right now. I'm wondering if instead do we have it like this Acropolis photo where it's actually like, imagine the base that we're standing on right now, like this room is the size of the ruins. It's just underneath where where I'm standing right now. It's the entirety of it. And then you can view it from here, and then that would then tie into this little walkway. Like the area down to like another area would be easier if it's just like one giant ruins. Now, does it make sense for a giant ruins like this to be this far underground? I mean, does it need to make sense? It's Minecraft. We're making this up as we go. If it is really old, yeah. Well, listen, Eric, ask me again in 2 months, because I've never been to Rome, but I will be it. I will go to Rome. Rome is way deeper. Okay. So right now, if you were to, and you don't go and do this yet, but if you were to dig out this space, oh, that's street height. Wow. Okay. If you were to dig out this space all the way to the let's say the walls of the room that we're in right now, that little space you're in would be 5 blocks high. And that would mean that the walkway is only 1 block thick, which might be fine. I think we need to go down a little further. 5 blocks tall. If the ruins, if like the walls are about 3 blocks tall, you won't be able to see much over them. Now, we could always make the ruin walls only 2 blocks tall because they are ruins. Like, they're not fully built anymore. So, like, it doesn't need to be as tall as a normal building anymore, you know? So maybe 2 blocks tall is fine. Does that make sense? Midnight the Storm is a big J shape that goes from, like, Madison to Upper Michigan. Ooh. Wow. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know if it would ever be... Yes, I'm imagining. I don't even know if it would ever be 3 blocks tall. Maybe in, like, some small spots. So, I guess at that point, the height is good. But now imagine that this area we're in extends underneath the floor over here. I guess you could still have a 3 block tall and a 2 block tall. Like, we could build our own little, like, mini city out of ruins just underneath, like, in the footprint of this room. Oh, what if the floor is glass then? What if the floor is glass? And then you're, like, walking over the whole ruins. Nah, that's a little much. Are you coming in, buddy? I'm right here. Hi. You want to listen to the rain? Oh, it's hailing now. Oh, boy. You gonna go take a look? I think the glass might be a little too much, Eric. But I do agree that the balcony should be 2 blocks thick. Or a block and a slab. What's all that out there, buddy? What is that? Oh, okay, bye. Oh, and now when it's windy, you're gonna get wet. Yeah, I might close the window. 1 second. It is raining in the room right now. One moment, everyone. Holy, it is raining hard. Like the biggest raindrops I've ever heard. I don't know if it's quite hailing, but it is raining super hard. I went to bed with the window open and woke up to thunderstorm, my window still being really wet. Huh. Alright. I'm back. For now. Does seem like the rain is really kicking up though, but we'll probably wrap up here soon. So Eric, I think a glass walkway is a little too much. Because we do still want the build to feel a little old. Like, yeah, we are modernizing the build, but I don't want it to be, like, super modern. I think the aquarium's, like, the only modern thing. The bar is also trying to look a little old, so I think glass walkways are just too much. But I do agree that the walkway around the balcony should be at 2 blocks thick or 1.5. And kind of have an angle to it on the inside. Are you just digging out a perimeter right now? I think this height should be good then. Even if we don't have, like, maybe we could just have little pockets of glass that you can look down into. Like, here's a little house that you can look into. I don't think a full glass walkway makes sense. Yeah, I bet he is. That was like the hardest rain ever. Well, and so Kitty was sitting right in the window, and then the wind blew, and he probably got splashed with water because it just like blew all the rain in the window. I think doing this, Eric, the depth will look really cool. Because from where I am here, I'll be able to see back pretty far into the room. Which I think will be really cool. Kitty was in here for a little bit, but he just really... All he wanted was to look out the window, and looking out the window was not a great idea. He's got a huge river flood warning because apparently the river is higher than the bank that holds it. That, I'm not surprised. Even last weekend when we were down, I don't remember where we were, actually. Central Wisconsin, the water was super high. I mean, we have a flood warning now, but luckily our house is built pretty high up that we shouldn't have any issues, but did our big dig just get so much bigger, Eric, by doing this? What are you thinking? And how can I help? And now we just dig it in? That's your plan? Dig her out, alright. I mean, it probably has to go down a lot further, but we might as well do it layer by layer, I guess. Yeah, that's very fair, Phony. Corners are bottom height. Oh, nice. Alright. Let's get digging. I think we'll finish up this dig and then we might call it a night here. This should go pretty fast. Yeah, dude, it unbelievably strong rains just now. It did sound like it was hailing, but I couldn't see any hail. I think it was just like giant raindrops. At least I hope it wasn't hail. Oh, I've broken into the cave again. Which is good, because that's all dirt, so that should be really easy to clean up. Yeah, sounds like hail, but it's not hail, yeah. Which I would prefer over actual hail. I don't really need my shield in my offhand. I'm really loving this idea as it's coming together. And I think, so, would it make sense to make the ruins out of, like, the mud bricks? Because in that case, the walls probably should not be mud bricks. Maybe we build the ruins out of sandstone or something. I don't know. Or they could be deep slate, you know, it could be anything, really. It should be something with bricks, though. Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking. Like, oh, before this temple was built, there was like a nether civilization, or like, I mean, the lore is that this civilization found the nether because they found a ruined portal. I don't know if they'd find ruined, like, nether civilization also, but maybe. Oh yeah, you just got the S26, right, Phony? That's the one thing I'm, like, always impressed by when I get a new phone, is just, like, I never think that my phone battery's bad until I get a new phone, and I'm like, wow. Ooh, that was a loud thunder. Nether civilization from before it was made an overworld settlement. Say that right? Nether civilization from before made overworld settlement. I mean, I guess that makes sense. Like, that's why there are ruined portals, is because there are older settlements somewhere. Oh, nice. Alright, like I said, we're gonna finish this dig and then we're gonna call it a night. Seems like the storm is getting a little loud, so want to comfort the kitty. I wish there were a lot more cool blocks that came with, like, the trial ruins. Or the trail ruins, not trial ruins. You know, like cool bricks and whatnot that you could use as building blocks. I think that would help a lot. I thought mud was from mangroves. You know, Eric, expanding this might be perfect because directly to the, like, in this corner. Oh, okay, I see. In this corner is, like, where the cave drops down. And so we could maybe dig that out more and make it look like it was always there. Or not make it worse by refusing to actually look out the window at the storm, so I can't know. Is that why you were sitting with your blackout curtains? I was like, I ain't gonna look. I used to as well. I used to have really bad storm anxiety when I was a kid. I don't know what changed, but now I like storms if they're not super severe. I think I still get pretty bad anxiety when it's like the tornado sirens start going off, but like also like that's the point of the siren, is to like make you feel scared because you should take it seriously, you know? It's like it's not supposed to be nice. It's supposed to invoke some form of response in your body, and it does. But I love watching storms. Like I'll sit outside and watch storms roll in, and love watching the lightning and the thunder. Like it's very cool. I do really enjoy that. Me and my college roommate used to do that all the time. God, how many shulker boxes do you have, my guy? Many. I mean, it is very helpful in times like this. That's valid, even when like your own night vision doesn't help, so you can't see anything in your room. We have like blackout curtains, but they don't really seal to the windows very well. Man, digging goes by so much faster when you got two people. Also, my inventory's been... Oh, I did empty it, but I was like, my inventory was full for a long time, so that's why, like, all those blocks are just laying there. Very nice, very nice. Just delete this gravel. All right, well, I mean, gosh, in terms of a productive night, we mostly just were digging, but it was productive. I think we've almost, like, I mean, It is a little... No, it's the same width. I was going to say we doubled the square footage of the temple, but not quite. But yeah, we got domes. We decided to start the museum build. We decided not to switch over to cyan. You know, like a lot of good decisions were made today. And I love the idea of this room that we're building right now. I'm hyped for it. It is going to be sweet. My pickaxe is about just under a quarter health, though. All this andesite we'll have to donate. Obsidian Cat wasn't here tonight, but I'm sure they would love it. I don't know what they're building, but they're building something with a lot of andesite. Just a pit down there. All right, look at that. That was so fast. We literally did that in 8 minutes. Yeah, I think this corner over here would be really cool to, like, open up and build into, like, kind of a deeper cave that maybe you can, as, like, an extra exhibit, go down into. But yeah, like, imagine we build a little city down here, like, very small form factor, but, like, a bunch of little houses and whatnot as ruins, and then up above you can kind of look down on it, and then we'll have, like, little glass areas where you can look down as well. I think that'll be sweet. Yeah, big fan. Huge fan. I'm loving this. And we could even go further. We could make the wall, like, the walls even wider, but I think this is a good starting point. I love it. What good progress. Let's go take a look at those domes you worked very hard on, Eric, and we can end out stream upstairs. Oh, I have stuff to put in your shulker boxes, by the way. Nighttime? It is nighttime. The moon rising? Yeah, it is. I might go sleep. I feel like phantoms are probably going to be on me. Oh, such dig, many wow indeed. You coming up to sleep also? I'll wait. Aw, we're sleeping next to each other. All right. The only way up on the walls for me is over here, so. All right, let's check out these domes. Lots of progress inside and out, chat. We'll just, give it a good view. Yeah, I like it. I like the domes. And they are symmetrical, even though that one has a bigger base. I think it's fine. If there was a way to make the staircase fit in one of the round ones, we would, but I like it a lot. It's taken a lot of shape, and gosh, the basement's going to be really cool. I'm so excited to keep working on that. I hope you guys are excited to keep watching that. But I think I'm going to call it a night. I'm going to go comfort the kitty and weather out this storm. Hopefully it doesn't get worse. Right now it sounds like it's just raining pretty hard, so yeah, let's hope it's just rain tonight. Hopefully those of us in Wisconsin don't get hit any worse than that. At least we can hope. We can hope. Alright. Well, my inventory is basically empty. Good stuff. I guess I could go mine the wheat once more, because we're going to need a lot. Yeah, I'm going to go get one more batch of wheat. And we'll call it. If I recall, every piece of packed mud needs a piece of wheat, which is crazy. I know they weren't fully grown, like that one over there wasn't fully grown, but I don't care. They mostly are, and that's all that matters. All right, so big things to come with this build. I mean, it already was pretty big, as you know. God, it looks so cool. It is easily shaping up to be the largest build that I've ever done. I'm super excited. I love the idea behind it. I love the lore that it provides. I think that's just so fun. And I am also looking forward to, not that I want the build to be done already, but I am looking forward to completing it and then figuring out what's next. I think building these kinds of, I mean, this is meant to be modeled after a real place, you know. I think building these kind of historical representations of these, like, ancient builds, I think that's really cool. I think that's the kind of thing that Minecraft provides. And I'm very excited to do it in other places and just finding the right kind of build for that. And then building the lore out for what we want that area to be. Like, we've kind of made it make sense. And I think that's fun. I think that's very cool. I hope you guys too. I hope you guys do as well. Because we're going to keep doing it, and it's very exciting. And I like it a lot. I like working on something like this. It's very fun. So thank you guys so much for watching tonight. I really appreciate it. I hope you had a good time. Be sure to join me again next week for yet another night of Minecraft and continuing this kind of ancient ruins museum build. I'm very, very excited. And I hope you are too.